So, hello from northern New Mexico, from my studio here. Phoenix Rising Creative Design is here. I'm Robbie Berg. Some of you know me, some of you don't, but that's okay. I'm glad to be here. I am here to talk about my studio, which is finally up and running. I was telling a good friend yesterday that I finally got my quilt frame up and running, which has been 2 years in storage as we built this space. It's a 600 square foot studio in what we believe is the heart of northern New Mexico. And we are open for classes, we're open for all kinds of fun things. And I am partnering with CutterPillar. We're going to hear from Kesha just a little bit later about the promotion that probably brought all of you here. But as I introduce where I'm at and what I'm doing, I want to talk about some of the people who made this happen. And this is my birthday. So you get 20% off the CutterPillar products and you get to chat with me for a few minutes. But the reason this studio is here is because my wonderful husband, my late husband, who died last year, when we came to northern New Mexico, said I should have a studio. And so I have a 600 square foot studio that he had built for me. And we have a picture of him. He is actually featured on the project I've been working on. His name is Robbie Berg, and we were together for 42 years. So then the other person who is the brainchild behind all of this is Dana with Crowdfish Marketing. Dana's behind the scenes. She won't be on, but if you need anything in the way of marketing, she designed my website. She's a really good friend. Go to Crowdfish Marketing and have Dana help you because she's fabulous, in a word. And then I just met somebody truly wonderful who is my new photographer who's helping me with many of my designs at JWH Visuals. His name is John, and he just finished uploading a number of pictures of my quilts. He'll probably be helping me with my wood art at some point. And so give a shout out to John with JWH Visuals. And then the whole reason that my studio even is somewhat organized is my good friend Linda in Spokane. I'm hoping she's out there and listening. She told me she'd be here, so let's hope that that's the case. And then the person who's been helping me most recently is the newest person in my life. His name is Kurt Zalapugas, and he has done a lot of the video and still photography as we've been shooting in the studio. So we started this whole project by shooting in the studio with creating our current project, which is Ode to the Mother Road. Dana's going to bring a picture of it up, but you can see it in the background here. It is now completed. Many of you may not know that Route 66 ran all the way through New Mexico. In fact, the largest section of Route 66 ran through New Mexico. So in honor of the 100 years of Route 66, was started in 1926, a number of different organizations are doing special tributes to the Route 66 cause. And so Ode to the Mother Road will be displayed in Los Alamos not too long from now at a gallery there that has asked for submissions. We'll be working on some smaller quilts as a part of our group as well. And so Ode to the Mother Road was a labor of love. We videotaped it throughout, and Dana will be posting it up on my YouTube channel if you'd like to see the project from start to finish, from concept to fabric design. There's the YouTube channel, which is also linked to my website. And we've been making some very significant changes to the website. We're soon to be having a mailing list put together. And if you'd like to be a part of our mailing list, you're welcome to reach out. Dana's got that set up on the website as well, and under Phoenix Rising Creates. And so, and there she goes. She's got you going right to the newsletter. So sign up for the newsletter if you'd like to know more about the crazy things that we're doing here at Phoenix Rising. I was telling both Dana and Kesha, who you'll meet here shortly, that it spring and summer has arrived in northern New Mexico. I must have 20 hummingbirds. We have black chin hummingbirds, and they're draining the hummingbird feeders just as quickly as I can get them out there. So I was sitting on the portal binding a quilt this morning and having the hummers bomb me throughout the whole area. We have all kinds of flora and fauna. So if you've always wanted to come to New Mexico and never had the chance, come here and hang out in the studio with me, and we'll either do a class or you can do a day retreat. So all of that is available on the website, and more information is there under classes, and you can do a day retreat here if you want to come to the area and stay. I have a few connections I can help you do that as well. So I think I've made it through many of the things that I wanted to talk about and the thank yous that I wanted out there. What I'd like to do as we're moving from my discussion of the current project is to turn it over to Kesha with CutterPillar. She's going to talk a little bit about the promotion that we have today, and I'm going to hang out and talk about how I use their products, because we've got a couple of things coming up. We have a blog post on May 4th through CutterPillar where I demonstrate how I use them. And then I believe we're going to be part of the Handmade Collective the end of June. So Kesha, tell us a little bit more about the products and what people can get today by tuning in on my birthday.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Robbie. Thank you for having me on your live today. I appreciate that. And happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
I am Kesha, and I am with CutterPillar. This is my home studio, and we have some really fun, unique products that will help you with your quilting, your sewing, your fiber arts, crafting, any kind of craft, any kind of art that you're into. I believe that these light boards are a game changer for your whole entire craft room. So I'll just kind of do a little product demo on the products that Robbie uses. Actually, one of them she has used for what were you telling me before? Almost 10 years now, Robbie?
I think so. Yeah. It was your original light pad. I just stumbled across it. I was looking for a better solution than what I had, than the big bulky light box that I had, and I loved it. It was thin, it very portable, comes with a self-healing mat that goes over it, and I've had it, I think, for 10 years. But you have told me that I have something else I need to buy because there's a newer generation of that one.
There is a newer generation, and I think you're going to really, really like what we've done. But first of all, let's just look at this. If you go to CutterPillar.co or .com, it's CutterPillar, and use the promo code RobbieDay, you're going to save 20% off any of the CutterPillar products. And this promo is good through, I believe it's for one more week. Robbie's got it available. So that is a great way for you to get any of the CutterPillar products. So I'll first show the one. This is the upgraded version of yours, Robbie. So what we have, everybody, are LED light boards that come with self-healing cutting mats. So first of all, you've got this nice thin LED light board. And it's got 4 levels of light. You see how I just go into the darkness because it's so bright. It's really great to have a light board, especially if you're doing any tracing, or if you do applique, or if you do any of your paper piecing, anything that you've maybe held up to a window to kind of see where it's going to land. Oh, I got my camera moving again. Hold on. Sorry. My camera likes to have a mind of its own. I apologize for that. Stay. But it comes with the 4 levels of light, which is great. But the best thing is you get this self-healing cutting mat. Now this, I'm sorry, Robbie, my camera just, stay right there. Okay. It goes by hand motion, so I try not to use my hands, but it's very hard when you're demoing to not use your hands.
Absolutely.
So this is the cutting mat that comes with it. There's a little texture on the back. You can't really see that, but there is a little texture here. And what that does is it actually keeps it down on the board. So your cutting mat's not going to move around when you're actually using your rotary blade. There's also a little bit of a texture on top now. So that kind of locks in with your ruler a little bit and kind of helps keep your fabric in position. One of the upgraded features, Robbie, I don't know if you noticed yet, but the mat actually covers the entire board. So now when you're using your rotary blade, you don't have to stop at the light You can actually continue that cut all the way through to 13 by 19 in size. So it's a pretty good size for most projects. And like Robbie said, this is kind of a portable version. It's very thin. As you see, it's very thin and lightweight. We did redesign it with this nice little plastic casing to kind of protect it. And we also, I know this will be important to you, Robbie, we changed the plug to an L shape. So now it will stay in and there will not be any connection problems. Another thing that's pretty unique about our boards is they actually have metal plates built in. So they're magnetic. So I've got magnets right here. I'll show you. So if you want to hold down something that you're tracing or you're working on, you can use magnets through the top, through the middle, and the bottom. This one is called our Classic. This is the one that replaced yours. And this one is available on the CutterPillar website using Robbie's code, and you will save 20% on this.
And I think that there hasn't been a retreat that I've gone to, or I teach a lot of classes, so it's a really nice size to take it with me. I use it for applique all the time. The days of trying to find painter's tape and tape it up to a window are long gone for me because I really like the light pad and it works super well. So I'm excited to have it. And does the carrying case come with it, Kesha, or do you purchase that separately?
It is sold separately, but on our website right now, we have a few bundles. We always do some kind of a bundle where you'll get the Classic light board and you can get the case with it. It'll be in a bundle. So check out those. I'll show you the bag. This is the case that we make for it. It's actually a pretty heavy duty case. It's double padded all the way through. It's got this nice neon green because that kind of, it's kind of our theme of color that we like. It's got a nice big pocket here in the front. Uh-oh, I'm gone now. There we are.
You're back.
Got a big pocket in the front that's almost as big as the board that you can put in rulers or patterns, fabric, anything that you want to take with you if you are going to retreat. This pocket right here in the front is really nice because you can put your electrical cords or your rotary blade, you can slide that in there, or your cell phone. Then it's got the shoulder strap, of course, which is nice and padded, briefcase handles, and a little tab right here that way you can slide it on a rolly cart. Sometimes we don't have enough hands when we're going to retreats or we're traveling. You can just slide this on a suitcase or on a rolly cart.
And it has a carry strap. The carry strap comes off, right?
Yes, it does.
And you can take it off if you don't need it. Yeah.
Yes.
I have the older version, but I honestly, I have dropped mine a couple of times and it's still ticking.
Yes.
Yeah. My only frustration with it is the connector. So that L connector that y'all came up with, I guess I probably going to have to buy the newer version.
Yeah, I think it might be a good birthday present, maybe.
Yeah, there we go. I know people who might give that to me for my birthday.
See, look at that. Look at that.
There we go. So that's the smaller one, but as an art quilter, I'm doing larger scale landscapes and I'm often tracing things onto freezer paper from an image that I've taken from a photograph. I take them by projector and then I put them on freezer paper and then I use them to make applique templates. And so for me, the larger size, I went to Houston last year, walked up to the booth and treated myself. It wasn't my birthday in October, but I treated myself late to the larger one. And what's the surface area of the larger one, Kesha?
The larger one is actually double the size of the one I just showed you guys. I don't even think I can get it in frame here. It's going to be 19 by 26. So that's a great size because it will actually fit a fat quarter on top. I have recently been dabbling in applique and paper piecing, and I used my Ultra because I had this bigger project, like you said, Robbie, the bigger pieces, it's just easier to see like your applique when you're trying to put those pieces down in their coordinating spots. But the mat comes with the Ultra as well. The new ones do have the 4 levels of light. So you can get, this room's very, very bright, but look how bright this is. It just kind of makes me glow. That's what they're called.
Ode to the Mother Road quilt, which is the one behind me that I just finished. You can see that there's that large map of the United States, and almost all of that fit on there. And it was critical to be able to get it on there so that I have the outline of the states in monofilament, and then just the states where Route 66 ran through. I did them larger, but it was really nice to have all of that surface area to be able to trace. The light is also really strong, so you can. Everything that I did was backed with muslin, so it was 2 layers of fabric, and in some cases it had fusible web on it too, and I could see it.
Yeah.
So the high setting on that light was great. And it also comes with a handy dandy case.
It does come with a handy dandy case, which is just a little bit bigger, of course. This case, in fact, I've actually used a time or two to travel on an airplane, which is kind of crazy to think, but it is possible. This case has got little feet on the bottom and reinforced corners. I like the feet on the bottom because you can store it upright. Sometimes we can't just keep it out on our table all the time. So if you put that in the bag, then you're going to be able to store it upright, lean it up against a wall or a cabinet, and it's going to be protected. But again, it is double padded all the way through, so your board and your mat will fit right in there. In the front, again, we've got another big pocket. This is going to hold, really big rulers, any of the accessories you want to bring with you, your big patterns, all of your fabric. And again, we've got that nice pocket in the front. And we do have the bigger strap with the padding on there for your shoulder and the briefcase handle. This one has the little tabby, which I have used to put on a suitcase. But really, I like this because the Ultra is a little bit heavier. So what that's going to do is kind of take some weight off of your shoulder if you have to take it with you. Because this is a little heavier than that original classic model.
And then the latest promotion right now is a glass cover that covers half of it so that you can do multi-purpose, which I covet that glass cover.
Oh, yeah, because it's kind of like a mixed media mat. So you can do all the gluing and stamping, inking, painting, anything really messy, because this can just be taken to a kitchen sink and you can clean it off. And the pattern is actually etched on the back. So if you had to use an X-Acto knife to scrape something off that you got stuck on there, like I've left paint on there before or glue, you can just scrape it off because this is a tempered piece. So it's not going to scratch the glass. It will also take the heat of an iron. So if you're doing your applique patterns, you can actually lay it down there on the light and you can put all your pieces out like this little guy right here. This was a little applique pattern. But you can just lay them down right here on the glass, use the lines to kind of line it up, make sure all the spacing is correct, and you can press it while it's on top of the light board, on top of the mat, and on top of your glass.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there's one more product I have. I have one more product. That's the swivel.
Oh, yeah, the swivel. The swivel's a great piece as well. So this is our swivel cutting mat. Turn that off so you can kind of see it. So it's nice and thin. It actually spins on ball bearings. So it's going to be a nice smooth rotation, but it does have little stoppers. So when you press down to cut, it's not going to continue to spin. The other thing that's really nice is we made it see-through. So that way you can use it on top of your light board. It looks really nice when you remove this mat and you just use it right on top of the light board. That light shines through, you're going to be able to line things up and just, most of the time you can see through your fabric. Of course, not all the time. Even if it's dark, what the light helps with is your accuracy. So like if I wanted to do a 1/4 inch, I could see where I need to line that up. And I can see if I'm off by just like a tiny, tiny little bit, you can see you're going to be off just a little bit. So you can make those adjustments before you actually cut out your fabric.
And I use the swivel for, you can see in the background that I have 5 postcards on this quilt. And those are actual postcards. They're the one you can see on the upper one was a photograph of my husband next to the Route 66 pickup truck. Vintage cars were his thing and vintage trucks were his thing. But if you flip that over, which John had me do when he did the photo shoot the other day, it's postcard. It says postcard on the back, and you can actually mail those if you wanted to. You just stick
Wow.
a stamp on them and go, or put them in plastic and ask them to hand stamp them if you have any embellishments. And so when I think of Route 66, I think of all those really fun Art Deco kinds of postcards. There's a lot available in the public domain. And so I was able to do those postcards, but for them to be accurate, I trued them up on the swivel. So it worked out really well to true them up and get them straight before then I did a finish around the outside.
Yeah. And that's what's really nice I do like about the swivel, especially if you've got like little templates. You can put them on top and just rotate it as you cut. Because it doesn't really spin out of control, which I like. I know there's a few out there that kind of spin out of control, but this one's just a nice smooth rotation. So you're going to be able to just turn it and cut and turn it and cut. So that's another good product. It's called our swivel, and it will work on our biggest light board, and it will also work on that smaller version as well, the medium size.
So Kesha, there's two other things that are coming up for Phoenix Rising. One is the Maker's Minute. And I believe that's May 4th for us. And then I know you have the Handmade Collective coming up toward the end of June, and I think we're probably going to be sending you some video for that. Do you want to talk about those two events?
Sure. Okay. So our Maker's Minute over at CutterPillar is a place where we get to know you as one of our affiliates. So we highlight all of your projects and what what you stand for and what you use the light board for. And so Robbie sent us all her stuff, and May 4th will be on our blog. We'll also share it on our Facebook page as well. So you'll be able to check out all the details of what Robbie's up to. And we do that with all of our affiliates. Any affiliate that wants to be a part of that, we try to highlight a different affiliate every week. So that's a great part of CutterPillar, trying to combine both of our platforms to work together.
So they can see lots of people on that if they tune in. There are plenty of other artists out there that are affiliates with all of you, and they can see techniques and different ways to approach quilting, everything from very traditional quilters all the way through art quilters.
Yes, which that kind of leads me to the Handmade Collective, which that was a nice tie-in there, Robbie.
There you go.
So the Handmade Collective, we do 3 times a year, and we have 3 days of affiliates, store owners, just people in the quilting and sewing industry that share tips and tricks and techniques that are unique to them. So we've asked Robbie to maybe do a little video for us to show how she uses the light boards with her fiber arts. And that's something we've never had on before. So I think it's going to be great. We usually do, we try to find a nonprofit that we can include. And it's actually a really fun 3 days. You get to learn. There's demonstrations. There's sometimes patterns that some of our affiliates will share with you. So that's really fun. Be sure to follow CutterPillar on Facebook or Instagram, and we will be talking about that coming in June.
And a little teaser for the Handmade Collective. I think what Phoenix Rising is probably going to do is that postcard technique. We've had a lot of interest in that, and I chatted with Dana. She thinks we've got some pretty good clips that we can send on that for the Handmade Collective. So, and I can just see the corner. There he is. There's my guy. So that's the postcard that I did of my husband. And it is a postcard on the other side. So it's a photograph that, yes, there we go. It lended itself really well to putting it on the printable fabric. And so I just ran it through my printer and created a postcard out of it. So that is likely what we're going to be submitting to the Handmade Collective.
I think that is great. I'll have to tell you a little story. As I travel around to all these different shows, one of the things I do is my mother-in-law has asked me to send her postcards from all the cities I go to. And so that's kind of my goal every time I get to a new city, is to find a postcard so I can send her one. And it's great. She puts together a book of all my postcards. So I've been able to see over the last few years all the different places I got to travel to.
Very cool. Well, you can create your own postcards from photographs too. So there you go.
I would love to learn how to do that. That would be That's what I love about the Handmade Collective. I've learned so many different things by being a part of it and participating in it. Because I'm new to quilting and sewing. I've sewed most of my life. I sewed in high school, but really quilting, I'm pretty new. So I'm still very novice, learning, very basic things right now. But I'm starting to really enjoy it.
Well, I'm not new to it, but I'm a lot older than you. I've been sewing since I was 10 years old, but I've been quilting since I think we figured out in our little sewing circle that's been sewing together, it's been 20 years that those girls scoop me in. So a shout out to all of my besties in Washington and Oregon that got me addicted to this fun thing that we call quilting. And I do confess, sometimes it's as much wine as it is quilting.
Well, yeah.
We come to the conclusion that we do a little bit better if we have a little glass of wine along the way.
Well, you probably don't care as much if you sew straight or if there's a little tiny mistake.
Yeah, just as long as nobody cuts their finger off the rotary cutter, we're good.
Or
right?
still, I mean,
Still.
heaven
We have
forbid.
had that too. We do know how to get red wine out of a quilt. A story to tell another day, but
well, that's a good tip that maybe you could share with all of our followers as well.
maybe the Handmade Collective in September, I'll tell that story, but I have to ask for permission because it was hilarious. So,
That sounds like a good deal.
Kesha, just a reminder, and maybe Dana can put it.
Yep.
Thank you, Dana. Man, you're good. 20% off if you'd like any of the CutterPillar products through I believe it's the 5th of May. So check it out.
Yep. Yeah. And use that code Robbie Day. Just use that at checkout and you'll save 20% off on all of your CutterPillar products.
We used to, when I worked, which has been a few years outside being an artist, we used to do a celebration for birthdays, and we do a birthday month. And instead of gifts, the birthday person got to bring treats. So I guess in this case, it's my birthday, but I'm bringing treats to y'all. So
I love it. I think that's a great plan for birthdays.
Well, Kesha, I'm gonna close it out with you. I'm gonna talk a little bit, Dana, about what our future opportunities are and what we're doing here with Phoenix Rising. And I want to thank you for being a guest, Kesha. Hopefully, we'll connect. It sounds like Paducah was fun. I hope to go next year.
It was. Yeah, it's worth a trip to head out to Paducah. It's a fun, cute little quaint town. So thank you again for letting me come on, and don't forget to use Robbie's code to save that 20% because these products will change your crafting area for sure.
Excellent. Thanks, Kesha.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So Dana, you wanted me to talk about some of our future projects that we're doing. And so I'll be submitting Ode to the Mother Road. I've got a couple of quilts I think I'm going to be submitting to local quilt shows. Our big quilt fiesta here for Northern New Mexico Quilt Guild is October 2nd and 3rd, I believe. And we'll be participating heavily in that. I'm also on the board for Espanola Valley Fiber Arts Center, and so I'm excited to be able to do their summer youth camp again this year. I'll be teaching that the end of June. We're going to be doing fabric painting and making pillows out of it. I've been accepted to the Chama Art Festival, so I'll be there with both my wood art and my fiber art. And it looks like I'll be going back to Recycle Santa Fe. Recycle Santa Fe is in November, and it is the largest international recycle event. To participate in that, you have to have everything you make be 90% recycled. And so I'll be showing my wine barrel art at Recycle Santa Fe. And I'll be asking the Fiber Arts Center if they'll let me do the Fiber Fiesta again in November. So lots going on. Dana's working on getting a newsletter set up for us. Join our mailing list and you can stay with what we're doing. Send me a contact. Come out to Northern New Mexico and hang out in my space. I love to have you. Love to teach a class. I do a bit of traveling now and then, so maybe I can come to a place near you soon. Dana, did I miss anything?
Hi. Nope, you
Hey,
did
there
great.
she is.
Here
That's
I
the genius behind all of this.
am.
Without her, this would not have happened.
Thank you.
All right, my
Thank you
friend.
for doing this.
Yeah. Have we got it? Do you think we should sign off and tell to all of you that sent me beautiful birthday messages and cards and flowers? Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Robbie.
Thank you.
Bye.